It's a supernatural day. It's a beautiful one. It's a glorious one. Trust God is faithful to you and to everyone around you. I've come with a word this morning to kind of encourage us and to push us forward for a brighter and a new day. That it is. There's something about bitterness. There's something about anger. There's something about resentment. These words are different in meanings, but then they go hand in hand. Anger, resentment, and bitterness. You know, many of us have lived our life based on the things that people have done towards us, and then we are so bittered and we kept resentment over time. We've lived our life in bitterness. We lived our life in the things that has hurt us, and then we kept this thing in our hearts to the point where we have resentment towards people, towards circumstances, even sometimes towards ourselves. We resent people, we resent ourselves, we resent the situations, we resent everything that has to do with that particular thing. You see, this is boiled down from the anger spirit. The anger spirit is a very negative spirit that eats you up if you are not careful. The anger spirit is a spirit that is demonic in nature. It eats you up, it eats your emotions, it's your mind, it's your body. Yes, that is how serious anger spirit is. Anger starts from the emotions. You know, when you feel so bad and so bitter about a particular person or circumstances, somebody gets you upset, you are angry to the point of you were not able to forgive. Anger is a demonic spirit in nature. It's so demonic that it affects your emotions, affects your mind, affects your body. That is how serious anger spirit is. So if it is not dealt with quickly, it takes on all over things that surround you. Anger is so demonic. And that's why the Bible tells us that we should not allow the sun to get down on our anger. Because God knows that anger is demonic. It affects everything about you. You know, the part of the body that anger affects is your heart. Anger affects your heart. When you get so much angry with people, with circumstances, that you do not allow forgiveness to overrule you, or you do not allow, the nature of God to overtake you, the anger spirit will eat everything that has to do with your body. That's why you have people living with hypertension, we have people living with liver diseases, living with kidney diseases, living with heart diseases, because for a long period of time, anger has overruled them, has eaten them up so deep and so rooted that it affected their body, because it starts from the emotions. And when your emotions is not in place, when your emotion is not palatable enough for a very long period of time, when your emotion is not based on the fact that love is the basis, you begin to have issues with your body, you begin to have issues with your mind, you begin to have issues with your emotions. So I've come here this day to tell us that we need to let go of that anger. I don't know who has offended you, I don't know who has hurting you in the time past, or presently they're still bringing about things that has caused you hurt. And then you begin to ask yourself that, will I ever forgive this person? Some of us, it could be our parents. Some people had their parents taught them when they were very young. Do you know 40 years after, 30 years after, those people have not yet forgiven their parents. They've resented their parents. They've built up that wall, that bridge. It's not because they want to, but because emotions have overtaken them. So we need to let go of this resentment. We need to let go of these emotions and let God overtake us. Let God overrule our hearts so that love will dwell therein. Only when you allow love to dwell in your heart will you see the goodness of God. Only when you allow love to take over you, to overrule you, will you only see the manifestations of His promises, because love is everything that governs life. Resentment, anger, bitterness, hatred work hand in hand together, and what they do is destroy the body, soul, and the the spirit. What they do is to destroy body, soul, and the spirit. And when they have done this, they leave you hanging, they leave you hurting, more hurting, they leave you bitter, they leave you wanting for more where there is no more. So the best solution today is to let go, forget the past, move on with the future, and pray for God to give you the energy and the strength to forgive and to forget. Well, people say they are forgiven, they cannot forget. Well, you need to forgive and you need to forget, because when you forgive and you don't forget, you begin to remember the things that has cost you all. Then it's possible you go back to that emotions. Because I want to encourage us today to allow God to overrule us and let love lead us all the way. We are still in the season of love celebration all day long. For me and for everyone around me, love is an everyday language and everyday action. See you some other time. My name is Rosie and Bimsala Ambade, your host on the Inspire Me International platform and Soul Talk with Bimsala Ambade. Have a blessed day. Bye.